Welcome everyone to Iowa Speedway here at the cornfield. Everybody here, hoping you're enjoying your Sunday evening. We're going to get ready to kick off some Gen 4 racing. We've got qualifying underway. So we put up the scoreboard. There we go. Bigger on top right now. Round number one of the second, or race number one of the second round. So the stressor that fight to get into the Final Four is going to start to weigh on these drivers who are in the playoffs. Who's going to win it? Who's going to lock themselves into the Final Four? Is someone going to upset it? Mazelewski had a great run last week. Almost upset the race, and then Roberge came out of nowhere, pulled a Kevin Harvick, and upset the field there with the race win. Knocked John just out of the playoffs berth for the second round. So it's definitely a heartbreak for some of these guys as we see them do their qualifying times here. Biggert on top, just ever so slightly over striker Jerry Culver here. So we pull up our track map. There it is, Jerry Culver here coming out of turn 4. We are going to race, as you guys can tell, under the lights. I appreciate everybody joining. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the link. It gives exposure to the league so we can have more drivers race with us, more racing going on all across the board. Dirt on Mondays, road racing on Wednesdays, Cup on Fridays. There's something else in the works, I'm pretty sure. John mentioned before, the guys are basically trying to race all week. Jerry here is going to be towards the tail end here. In 8th, Crownover on the track right now. See, there he is, coming out of turn 4. Looks like he's going to stay about 7th. I think he's turning some practice laps now. Still only one on the racetrack so far as qualifying is going to wind down here in about a minute and a half. Got about 11 racers queued up here. Big story, Andrew Phipps not making the race tonight. Hopefully he's doing good. I guess he has some issues to address or something come up or just something else to do. But hope he's all right. He's doing good. He's been dominating the Gen 4 series thus far, so we will see a new winner here as we watch Crownover continue practice here in the qualifying session. And why not? You know, you got a couple extra minutes to just send it or just dial something in or you know, just try a different line. He's riding the top line all the way around here. We might definitely see that here tonight at Richmond. Speaking of top line, it's 12 to 14 degrees on both ends of the racetrack. It's progressive banking, so it goes up 2 degrees at the very top, 14 against the wall. 10 degrees on the front stretch, 8 degrees on the back stretch. A little bit of banked on the front and back as well, but these cars so fast. See who can take care of their equipment there as the session carried over. Stayed Phipps from a crash just now. So we'll see everybody start to grid up. Nathan Biggert's going to take the pole. Give him a second to come onto the grid there. There we go. They're going to start to double it up. Biggert on the outside, Striker on the inside. Caleb Mazelewski is going to start 30 behind Nathan Biggert. Jeremiah Burke behind Michael Strickland. Mark Wetchkin, there we see him on the grid in the 24 machine. And number 5, Robert Church just popped in there. Crownover behind the 24. Jerry across from him. Jerry Culver in the 13. John Hammond back there behind Crownover. And Michael Coulter Jr. just straight across from him. Chris Roberge and Ryan Rint are starting tail end of the field. This pace car is going to pull off. Everybody's going to pull out pit lane. Coming around to the green flag, it looks like an issue for the room setup. They're gonna have limited tires, or well, they're discussing it. So a little issue up there, just to give some notes. For those of us watching, usually we run 4 total sets, more or less, depending on the racetrack. They accidentally included or forgot to mark that, so they have limited sets, but they're working out pretty much honor system. You can pretty much tell who's got tires. So, but that's gonna be hard to track. So they're gonna try to go for an honor system to only use 3 extra sets. We'll see how that goes as they're gonna work 3 and 4. We're gonna get ready to go green flag racing here. Nathan Bigger's going to send him off into turn 1, or out of turn 4. Going to send him off into turn 1. Pace car is going to pull off here in a second. Green flag's out. Side by side. Looks like Striker got a jump on Nate. They're going to battle it out side by side going into turn 1. Striker way up on the racetrack. Up in that 3rd lane, gets a good run on the exit. Still side by side going to turn 3. Working 3 and 4 here. Cars all over the track. And then a shootout of 4, still side by side. See how long those tires can last as they're going to start to go single file here. But Striker doing an amazing job on the outside lane. Nate moving up a little bit to the middle, about half lane up at the bottom. Falls in line with the 88. And Jeremiah Burke back here. One of our driver cams is following in 3rd. There's Burke here. Watch him work the wheel. It's going to get a little slippery there on exits, and it's only going to get worse with this nighttime racing. Track's pretty cool. Tire won't heat up. Might not get quite up to temp where it should. See him work the wheel a little bit. Get down the backstretch. Now they switch roles there. Nate up to the top. Striker dives down to the bottom. Starting to pull away on the 01 and the 73 there. Jerry Culver, our other second driver cam. There he is. Riding up top. Side machine up just ahead of him. Ryan getting a little free there on exit. Catches it just shy of hitting Chris Robert, who goes around him. Little view from Jerry's point of view. Striker's leading the charge, leading the brigade here. Everybody flowing through the corners, coming out single file. We're working lap 6 here. As we let them go to work out their runs here. These guys trying to single file it out. We'll take a look at some race info. As we mentioned, the track's fairly cold, 79 degrees ambient. The track temperature just 1 more degree above that. 80 degrees on the racing surface. 4 total tire sets, as we mentioned. It's supposed to be. They've made an accidental there on the tire change, so they're going to try an honor system. As it's blinking out on me. Here we go. Don't drop now. So they're basically going to try to work out an honor system for the tires there. First lap is 50. We're going to get there pretty quick. First stage is lap 50. We're going to get there pretty quick. The way we're going, it's going to be green flag racing for the most part. Second stage lap 100% fuel. It's always fixed setup. iRacing determines the racing surface. There it is. We might have another battle here for the lead as Nate has caught Striker. Striker running the middle. Nate about a half a lane down, riding that seam. And Burke as well has followed Bigger to catch Striker. We'll see if Striker can hang on. Michael's mom, hashtag Coulter Strong. Always, yeah, Coulter doing a good job at these races. Just has some really poor luck. Little bobbly there for the 88. It might let the 01 dive in. The Striker should have some momentum here coming out of the corner. See if that tire will hold up. Burke riding the high side. You see how bumpy. There's a big, massive couple bumps there in that corner entry they got to be careful about. Striker manages to hold off Nathan Biggert for in the meantime. These guys fighting it out might let the other two behind them, Monteleschi and Richin, catch up, but we'll see how it goes. Burke a little bit below, taking a peek at the 0-1. Good fight here. Idiot leading the charge here, taking over a couple, a handful of laps ago. Little slide off the exit there. Wall slap for Burke there. Pancakes the right side. Shouldn't hurt him too much, though. It's Richmond not quite as aero-dependent as a lot of tracks we go to. We see him run across the front stretch there. Top three getting a little spread out after duking it out here. Back here, Crownover making his way up there on the outside of Mark Richin in the 24. 28 working the high line, running that Ricky Rudd throwback. Chasing down the 53. Oh, someone got loose in the grass. It's Stryker. He's not quite in pit road as there's the pit wall, but there's an access road on the other side of pit wall. He got very loose on the exit at the 4, it looks like. I'm thinking we'll roll it back here real quick. Looks like he's leaning on the gas there, just waiting for his moment to get back on it, but it just kind of kicked around on him. Might be there are a couple little bumps there on the bottom of 3 and 4. Might have helped him around a little bit, but he's going to fall all the way to the back after leading a good portion of this stage. Lap 15 there, still got a good way to go. Burke chasing the 0-1. Burke working the top, being super patient with the throttle. See that, those big bumps there, just jarring the car. Biggert running the bottom. Traditional line, top to bottom. Burke riding the high side. Looks like Biggert changed his lines this time. About middle up on the racetrack. Might start to push here, but they're pretty much even on the gap. Crownover's got it around Monteleschi. Take a look at that one here. Gets a good run off the corner, gets underneath him. Monteleschi checks up there, lets the 28 around. And Mark Richin here is trying to get around the 53 as well. This guy's doing a great job so far, working lap 19. They're gonna be pretty much green flag runs here. I'd imagine the only cautions is someone spins like Stryker did. Might loop it back up the track and hit the wall or spin it on the racetrack. But I don't picture too many cautions happening tonight. Running with Mark Richin here, getting ever so closer to Caleb, just ahead of him. Guys running pretty similar lap times. Crownover hasn't really pulled away from those two by much either. John Hammond also here closing in on these guys ever so slightly if we look at the lap times. Richin just ahead. They're kind of back and forth there. Richin got some time back. John got a little bit time. They tied on lap 20 pretty much. looked like he was closing in to me, but they're roughly running the same amount of lap times there. .009, just so minuscule gain for Hammond right now. See what they run this time around. .029, just very, very tiny amounts there. It's both these guys we mentioned before, they're catching Crown over here. See Crown over closing in on Modzelewski. Crown over was quicker the last 3 times by. I might be doing that. .009 again for Modzelewski, just slightly quicker. It looks like they're closing in pretty quick to me. See the time difference here is Crownover's pulling on Jeremiah Burke behind him. Or I'm sorry, Burke is pulling on Crownover behind him. And Biggert here, they're kind of back and forth a little bit with the time as well. Looks like Richin has fallen off Modzelewski a little bit. I think Crownover just had a little moment. These guys are pretty spaced around. There's Hammond. Ryan stuck against the wall. Still scraping the wall there. Having a problem there in 1 and 2. That might be a bump thing there. It looks like it. Pushing him up into the wall. Ran it real hard. Got into those bumps, and it's just pretty bumpy way up there. Riding with Ryan there for a couple. It's Biggert leads the field still. Burke still hanging on a good amount. Crownover in third, but Caleb Modzelewski now starting to pull on Crownover, getting a little bit closer. It looks like from last time we checked in with these guys. I think Retchkin's starting to reel in Caleb as well. There's Mark and Hammond and Coulter Jr. back here at the number 3. Something, I think, off with this paint there. The lettering's a little, might be the track. No, it looks like a spec map or something. It's a skew or just slightly off. Have a stage break there. Oh, he scrapes the wall there, trying to get everything. That wall's like glue. Stuck to it. You're really stuck to it. Mr. Robert's on his inside. Coulter gets a good exit there. These guys are battling out for 7th place. Coulter has it. Robert's just being very patient, letting the car work its way down to the track. But Coulter riding the high line gets a good drive off. You can carry more speed up there. Get back on it a lot sooner. You're a little bit quicker there, but Robert's had a great corner there, running in the middle of the track. He's going to have a shot at the number 3 here. See if he can make the pass. Coulter's looks like his strongest point is 1 and 2 here. This is riding out of 2 very tight little bobbles for them, but 98 makes the pass. Jerry back here with Ryan Witt. Ryan really struggling there, hidden. Oh, we got a caution on the racetrack. Someone, Burke has spun around. These guys got to be careful. Might have had some help from what we're hearing on the radio. Riding with Burke here, coming back around. We'll take a look at what happened with Jeremiah Burke. Uh-oh. Looks like he might have had some help. We'll see. 28, got 28 has a little bit of a nose. I think it's, well, this is a hard, no, he slid up just a tad bit. Burke gets a nice slow slide. Crownover gave him a little. I mean, they were really tight. I thought they were going to get away with it here, and maybe Burke slid it, but I think Crownover slid up a little bit. We'll back up a little bit more. Look at the seams on the racetrack. Jeremiah Burke is riding that seam. It's not really changing direction. Maybe going up, if anything. He's going up the track, still on that seam. Now coming down a little bit. I think maybe Burke came down a little bit. I think he really came together, if anything. That's a tough one. I don't think anybody moved. They might have just came together. 73 came a little bit down. Yeah, I agree. Hard racing, that's a tough one. Crownover's really trying to get in there. Maybe a little slide for the Texaco machine, but yeah, hard racing there for sure. No harm, no foul. Burke's doing great. Car didn't hit nothing. Car's doing great. Running the, it's just flat. Well, not flat, but it's just straight purple. The Kia, I just noticed it's got Kia decals. Looks like no claim for the guys. As we see race control there, we're gonna get ready to kick her off here. I want to see Monzaleski. Look at that, it's a Kia. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. What's up, by the way? Hope you're doing great. The top five have been somewhat pretty close, maybe a couple car lengths apart from each other, but it's going to shape up to be a good race here as we have a good look at the 73 Kia machine. What's up, Twitch? We'll get there. See everybody bigger on the outside of Crownover, a little bit shape up. I think a couple guys pitted. Roberge came in, and then Jeremiah and everybody behind him. Jeremiah's in the 73, and that Kia machine, everybody behind him came in as well. Biggert and Crownover and Church. Biggert, Crownover, and Church are the ones that stayed out. This past caution, they got unlimited tires. I think John or Stryker messed up the room, but they're gonna run it out as we go green. Good jump for the 01. They're gonna head off down into turn number 1. Oh, spin there. Good save by Church. Wow. As they're gonna scatter here, it's a mess. 3 wide down the backstretch. Church, oh man, Burke just cleared off of Church's nose. 3 wide. Coulter in the middle here towards the back. It's going to run up to Roberge. Roberge is going to give him some room. He's going to split them on the outside of Ryan in the 40 now. Riding here with Chris Roberge towards the back. Little slide for Coulter. Catches it also. Just amazing save, these guys. Good catch by the number 3, getting a little excited. I think 3 wide here, coming off 4. Burke in the middle, Retchin on the bottom, Crownover on the top. Coming into turn number 1. They sort it out. Burke gets in front of the 28 machine. What a crazy restart. These guys are really going for it. Coming out of the corner, Mazelewski comes out with the lead after that melee. Not quite a melee, but they were trying to. Striker there with that spin earlier in the stage there. Making some moves now, coming back to the front in second. He's one of the faster cars here for a bit, but then Biggert caught him. Burke to the outside. Big, massive, yeah, big slides for sure. Somebody's loose in the back. I think it's Ryan. Oh, this is the 5 and the 3. Got together. I don't see any damage here for these guys. They might have got together in the corner. Which, uh-oh. I don't know if Coulter gassed it or Church stopped on that one. Little post caution activities. Well, let's see what happened first. So this is Coulter already making contact with Church. We'll get a better view of that. Real tight with Ryan. Church just in front of him. Church maybe got free or Coulter sent it in there. Wow, that's a hard hit. I think that's a tough one too. Right with Coulter on that one. Church got a Trans Am. Burke's got a Kia and Church got a Trans Am. I think maybe Church got a little free and got to Coulter's door. Take one more shot at it here. I think maybe he got free. We'll look at his cockpit view. Yeah, I think so too. He's turning left. He's not correcting. Maybe he was trying to diamond the corner. I'm not sure. That's a good. Doesn't look like free from the cockpit. He wasn't counter steering or anything. That's a tough one. And then I want to see. I want to see what's up with this here. Coulter's kind of messing with him, I think. Yeah, it looks it's a tough one. Then I don't know if Church just stopped here or Coulter drove it in. Maybe a little, just slightly loose. Yeah, it absolutely is. I agree. Those little twitches, can be counter steering. I think Church stopped in front of Coulter. Look, yeah. They're going at it. It's okay. Church, Coulter on pit road here, getting some damage fixed, and I think Church just came off pit road. There he is, catching up to the field ahead of him. I like the Trans Am taillights though. He's got a what do you call it? The telephone pole to the rear. Yeah, it's short track racing. Looks like Coulter took claim for that. He's going to be towards the back. He's going to be towards the back anyway. He's just coming off pit road. You see him on the track mat through 1 and 2 off the exit. Telephone pole. Yeah. Coulter's got it on the front. Well, it's not as bad as Church's telephone pole, but it's there. That last restart was nuts. This one's going to be great here. We're not even done with the first stage. We're going to have 2-3 laps to go for this first stage. We'll see who really wants it. Caleb playing spoiler to the playoff contenders and Striker, Burke. They were just teaching their teenagers how to drive. Yeah, right. Coulter in the number 3 there. You see him catching up the tail end. He claimed that one. We did get that heads up from race control a bit ago. appreciate you guys having a blast. Love some short track racing. Green flag, 53 takes a jump. Everybody following suit. Down into turn number 1. See how aggressive these guys reviewing about maybe. We usually look at all of them, but that post yellow activity might take a look. Side by side, Rechin inside of Burke, backs off a little bit. Thought he was going to take a look at that one, falls back in line behind. Oh, Burke gets stuck to the wall. Gets off it, doing a good job. I think one of those bumps got him. Not quite as bad as we saw earlier. We have a battle for the lead here. Stryker taking a peek at Mazelewski. And Jeremiah Burke sending it in as well. That wall scrape did not harm him at all. He's taking a peek inside the 88. Three wide here, real tight. Burke is going to go loose around in the grass. I think Redskin, they're stage 1. These guys really fighting hard for it. I think Mark went around all 4 also. I lost track of the laps there. There's Mazelewski takes it. Stryker in second. Brigert gets third off of that spin from the 24. Hammond fourth, and Crownover gets fifth. And Mark Redskin here foul from the back there. We'll back it up real fast. These guys really pushed hard off this corner. This is coming in the green checkered. Good save by 73. Mark locks it down also. He's going to finish in 11th this stage. That's a long time. Wow. 19 hours. I don't know. Well, after doing staff duty for days and days. Yeah, those saves are they're pretty amazing. I would have probably wrecked the car back up the racetrack, honestly. 19 hours, man. That's crazy. Pit stops. Everybody coming in. Stryker staying out. Hammond behind him. Mazelewski stays out. Or Mazelewski comes in. Burke and Ryan there. As well as Church staying out. Church is a few laps down. I think he's a lap down. 1750. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. Toys for Tots, right? Don't miss your box. 5. Yep, Church does get the lucky dog wave around. There he goes. As these guys are going to come off pit road. Roberge gets off first. Everybody else follows suit. Mazelewski, Biggert. Almost a drag race there. Jerry got over Crownover. Richin. Pit road's so important. Even though it's under yellow, pit road is definitely a race as well. Every slight mistake, you're a couple miles under the speed limit, that guy's gaining on you. You're a little sideways in the box, that guy got tenths on you. You slide your box, you're guaranteed to lose spots on pit road. It's so important, something that's very underrated in my opinion. Pit road is a big key factor to winning races. This guy's doing a great job. Stryker staying out. Hammond, after a absolute heartbreak last week in the Gen 4, and then it flips around and gets the W at Indianapolis Oval at the Brickyard of all places. His first league win. Massively, massively happy. It just delayed it for John Hammond here. Let's see if he can keep the ball rolling. Get another great finish here in the Gen 4 series. Yeah. Appreciate everybody joining in. Jason bringing the crowd. It's great fun, man. I'm having a blast calling these races. Even if it's 10, 12, 15 cars, it's just a bunch of fun. I'm liking it. We're pacing around here under yellow. Just to the green. So I'm going to take a, as Jason would say, a hydrate break. You guys take a hydrate break. I'm going to play a commercial real quick. I'll be right back. We'll catch them back for the green. Welcome back here. Working out of 4. Yeah, man, I'm so happy for John. I really am. Big jump for the 88. Everybody else caught sleeping. Too busy talking on Discord as Striker pulls away. Everybody following suit. 3 wide. Towards the back again. Double up in front. Wretchin on the outside. Biggert's making moves in the middle. Is going to shoot it 3 wide again underneath Crown Over. Going into 3. Not quite there. Looks like Crownover has some run speed. Wretchin's going to put it in between. They got to be careful. Backs out. Smart move by the 24 as Jeremiah Burke might have a problem. He's falling back relatively quickly. There's Burke here, or he might just be biding his time. I don't believe he got tires that last time around. That might be why, as he's falling back all the way to the bottom, but insane restart for these guys. And big heads up. Oh, somebody a little loose. A little bit loose in front of him. I think that was Coulter. Single file, everybody going through. Ryan Wint here battling with Crownover. The striker leads. John Hammond there, 1 and 2, side by side for third. Ryan was struggling a little bit in the first stage. Doing pretty good now. Holding off the 28 machine. Scott Bigger right behind him. Bigger running the yellow line all the way to the bottom. Gets the slide off. Sliding for the 4. Almost cuts himself off the 28. It's getting dicey. I think Bigger might think about a 3 wide pass on the bottom. See how patient he's going to be here. We know he's very fast on the long runs. All right, really high that time. Gets the wall. It's going to let the 28 by. Now the 01 underneath him. Wretchin following suit here underneath the 40. You see him side by side. Oh, Mark, little free. Good save there. Next stage break, 100. Completion. Caution will be 101 as they come across the start-finish line. We'll get there pretty quick as these guys. Well, we might have a yellow. These guys are really going at it. Man, I appreciate it, Jason. I mean, you letting me sit in with the races, and I know it's a big risk. You never know what someone's going to do on your live stream. I could have just gone off the hinge, but you trusted me there and gave me the confidence. So, big help on your part too, for sure. 28's making some moves here. It's catching up a little slide there for John. Open up the door for Crownover. Dives low, trying to cross over. John catches it. Crownover had a really shallow entry there going into 1, and there's the result. Sliding way up the track, opens up the door for the 01. Wretchin following suit. Crownover is a habitual user of that high line. He's going to get a pretty good run here on the exit. Gets to the outside of the 0-1. It would have been caught. Almost, I think if anybody else was in Biggert's position in that corner, they might have done a 3 wide on John underneath. Biggert's so patient. It's so hard for drivers to be patient like that. They just want to get everything they can immediately. Drivers are the most impatient people I've met. Speaking for myself as I guess, part-time driver, you could say. But to practice disciplines and patience like Biggert does on the racetrack, it's phenomenal. I love seeing it. There's definitely a 3 wide there that could have ended messy, and I think a lot of us would probably taken it. As these guys get around, John Crownover now catching Michael Strickland there. Striker running way up to the 3rd lane, utilizing that outlane speed, but not. It's Church having a problem. Oh, he's off the track. That was quick. He had a quick problem. Run it back super fast. Oh, I think he just. He got loose and really towed it super quick, so he didn't get the yellow. Stopped here on the exit on the access road. Interesting. Crownover did get around Striker. I was going to mention on older tires there, we didn't see him pit that last time by, as well as John Hammond, is why we're seeing him fall back, but they're holding their own pretty good. Mark stuck to the wall. Mark stuck to the wall there on exit. We mentioned earlier that wall's like glue. It's so hard to get off it. You got to slow the car down. And a lot of guys will yank the wheel to the left and hold it there, and they come down on somebody, and there's a wreck. As we got a good fight back here as well. Ryan Waite running in 7th, side by side for 8th there. Burke underneath. Roberge. Coulter Jr. following behind them. This top 5 is broken off from this pack here. See if Coulter's got a pretty good run. Not really anywhere to go there. Has to let off. Not get into the back of the 98. We can see these bumpers do not align. You'll just jack that car in front of you and turn them around. So they get that squared away. These guys are catching Caleb, John Hammond back here, or up here really. It's top 5 with Retchin underneath. Striker. Top 3 are pulling away. Biggert contending for the lead. Guys all over the racetrack. It's a good 3-way battle here for 3rd. Striker's doing a pretty good job holding on to the 24 there. Appreciate it for sure. It definitely helps spread. Just trying to spread exposure for the Chop Shop League there. Come race with us. If you know a race fan, jump on iRacing. Come race with us. We run practically all week. Jason broadcasts dirt on Monday for the series. We're starting back up. Road Racing GT3 multi-class on Wednesdays. Cup on Fridays that I broadcast here on Chop Shop TV. And, of course, Gen4s on Sundays. And the guys got other stuff in the works. So we see Striker and John are trying to fight it out here. John's doing a great job underneath. Striker falling back a little bit. 29's going to get around him. Striker, another habitual user of that high line. A good battle up there up front. Bigger is caught. Crownover there. Crownover charging through the field. Truck. Oh, that's right. Trucks are starting back up after the championship a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks from now on Signature Esports. See if Biggert has something for Crownover. It looks like he's just slightly quicker. He's just being very patient at the bottom. We haven't seen Biggert anywhere else but the yellow line in the corners, protecting that tire, saving his equipment, just waiting for his moment to come. Waiting for those guys to slowly come back to him, and it looks like they are. Love it. It's It's a help each other type of situation. Crown over. You see the top line entry. So very bump. Those are massive bumps up there. Crownover's doing a great job hanging on to the lead so far. The 0-1 just being super patient, running the bottom. He can move up a lane if he needs to, or run the top with Crownover and get a good exit speed, but he's being very patient. We're not quite towards the end of the stage yet. Good amount of laps to go for Nathan Biggert, thinking big picture racing, just waiting for that moment when the time's right. As Ryan Witt here had a moment a few laps ago. It looks like he's okay now. Top two completely broke off. Third place, Richin got around Striker a bit of ghost. Oh, Hammond is stuck in the wall. See him just pull off there. Right side a little bit scraped up. This guy's still duking it out. See if Crownover adjusts his line at all. Still running the top. Biggert all the way to the bottom. See him slide up all the way up against the wall. That's your exit speed right there. Trying to get on it as much as you can out of the corner. Hear that throttle application, very gentle. Call it eggshelling. You imagine an eggshell under the pedal, just very gentle. You don't want to smash it. He's leaving the, yeah. It's like they relatively have more or less the same braking points. You heard Biggert's engine let off about the same time. Crownover, you saw the tailpipes throw out flames. That's when you let off. Shoots out some flames there. Good indicator, good braking indicator for us. Good battle here for first. These guys are really going for it. See how much pressure Biggert puts on Crownover as the laps tick on by. We're getting ever so closer to the stage end. Crownover, bigger mark there, comfortably in third. John Hammond's caught back up to Striker there after getting into the wall. There's Jeremiah Burke, Caleb Mazaleski, Robert, and Culver. Coulter Jr., Ryan Witt, they're coming around. Yeah, he's definitely, and he's a master at it. He's so good at saving tires. It's unreal, man, how quickly he got on the sim, I think, roughly 2 years ago. And he's so good. It's just unreal how quickly he's taking to it. I'll be the first to admit I'm a little jealous because it's taken me 10 years to get to where I am, and a lot of that was just messing around. But Biggert, very, very good at the oval deal here, and road racing. He's a great road racer. Also, man, he was killing it in the GT3 series. Still battling with Crownover here. Working lap 85. Coming around. Across the line. Almost side by side there. Real tight. See, Biggert has something here. He's really pushing hard on Crownover now. I love this shot right here. This is great. You can see those cars dip down when they brake. The bumps on the track. Just a handful of laps to go here on the second stage there. Right? I mean, it's a year. I thought it was like roughly a year or two, and I agree, man. I'm so jealous there. He's cracked 3,000 iRating just a little bit ago, I believe, a few weeks ago or so. And it's taken me 10 years to get 2,800 and some change. I agree. We're in the same boat. This guy has got it for sure. I think he could go all the way, in my opinion. If he gets some help, some support, some backing from one of those shop teams, I think he could make it all the way. I really do. He needs to talk to someone. Yeah, I agree. This guy's still going for it. Mark still comfortably in third. John Hammond still following. Stryker might take a peek here, running the middle of the racetrack. Stryker still running the top. Doesn't look like tire wear is not that bad up there. I'd expect him to slip. Stryker did that time. Let Hammond get real close, dives underneath him. Stryker might get the runoff here on the exit, though, side by side coming off 4. As those two, looks like they're catching him. Burke behind him and Monzaleski behind Burke. Oh, it's not Monzaleski. That's Church. Oh, that's Church. Saw Burke on the relative. Church there back on the racetrack. Nothing has changed up here. Still side by side with 10 to go on the stage. Looks like Biggert's inching ever so slightly closer or ahead of Crownover. Crownover's doing a great job carrying that speed on the high line. That 14 degrees of banking. Looks like he's changed his line a little bit to the middle. About a little bit middle. Little slip up there. Biggert shuts the door on Crownover. Takes over first. On lap 92. Lap 92. Start to see him pull away here on Crownover. I think he's just got better tire wear underneath him. I have not seen Biggert use a different line this whole race so far. I mean, it's approaching like pain level where you're just fast no matter what. You fast fighting a guy. It looks like you're burning stuff up and you're just pulling away from everybody. It's nuts. That's what it is. You need to ask him for the grip packs. Somebody gave him the grip packs. We'll start to see Biggert here in the 01 pull away from the 28. Crownover's really trying hard there, but you see his car's kind of pushing up the track a little bit. Yeah, .exe for sure. That tail end a little bit outside. Nate now to the top. Little diamond there, dives low in the corner. Pulls away lap 95. He's doing a good job. These guys are closing up. John Hammond still working on Stryker. He can run. Yeah. I mean, so we ran a cup race this past week with some like 6K, 5K guy, those guys, right, in a different league. And I mean, he top 3 all day for him. He led a good amount of laps. I mean, it's just unreal. It really is. But it's great to see. Church is giving John some trouble here. I think John's just going to let him by. John Hammond was working on Stryker. Stryker and John are catching Wretched just ahead of him. I don't know if they have enough time. Working lap 97 now with the stage break fastly approaching. And Burke has caught Hammond a couple spots in front of him. There's Burke. See him work the wheel for a bit. Church is really playing spoiler here. Little bobble hanging out, bobbling all the way down the backstretch. See him, gentle movements on the wheel. That's what you want. You don't want to do anything erratic. That car's going to catch you. You're going to hit a wall. John Hammond gets around Stryker. Stryker's doing a great job on those old tires. Staying out last lap. Burke sends it in underneath him on lap 99 here, side by side down the backstretch. Biggert's coming out of turn number 4. To signal 1 to go for the stage. Little bit loose there. Hammond underneath Retchkin. I think they touched just slightly. Might have a side-by-side finish for the stage here for these guys. Nathan Biggert coming across the line to win stage number 2. Crownover in second. Good, valiant effort for the 28. That's Church. John does get Rich side by side, I think Stryker just got Burke there for 5th. As everybody else comes across start finish line, we should see the caution shortly with Coulter. There's Coulter. There's the leader again. Oh, it might be early. Uh-oh. It's not my fault. The note said lap 100. They done boozled me. I think it's lap 105. They said on the Discord there. I don't expect much to change though. Stryker coming back on Richard. We saw them closing up on the 24 pretty quickly. They're still fighting it out here. It's not. The note said 100, so that's what I'm going by. That's the second week Strikers threw me for a loop. I need a little door touch there. 88 getting rough with the 24. It might open the door for Jeremiah Burke just ahead of him, or just behind him, sorry. Oh, Mark got caught in the wall again. 3 wide across the line. He's going to lose 2 spots here. Now Burke on the outside of the 88. No change up front. Biggert still leading. Crown over. Hammond in 3rd. This is battle for 4th here. Now they're working the white flag for the stage. Good fight here. The keel up high. Oh, Stryker broke loose there. Second time we've seen him do it. Good. Great save. Doesn't hit the grass this time. Fighting so hard with Burke. Now he's got to try to hold on to 5th here with Richin on the other side of him. As we'll see Biggert now coming across the line for the stage win. There's Crown over. That's Church. John Hammond in 3rd. Jeremiah Burke does get 4th side by side. Stryker gets 1 over on Richkin, 5th and 6th. Good stage there for these guys. We're going to have a long green flag run there. 100 laps to the end. I'd imagine everybody's going to come pit. Some guys are going to have to fix a little bit of damage. So some guys caught the wall. Burke smacked it a good few laps ago. But it's been an awesome race so far. Appreciate everybody tuning in, spending your Sunday evening. I hope you had a great Veterans Day weekend. Salute to all the veterans and former and current in any form or fashion in the United States military. Or any military, really. It's kind of a... How can I put it? Military is not an easy thing wherever you're at, I want to say. But Veterans Day, a U.S. holiday, so big salute to the U.S. military in general. As we see these guys coming down pit road. Trying to get a good angle here. Come around the bend. Beard's going to lead them off. Everybody coming down pit road. There's Crown over. We're going to ride with Burke. This box. I wish we had Delgado in. There goes Church around with the lucky dog. We had Delgado show his screens there. It was so cool. You can see the pit crew work on the car. Burke comes around. It looks like everybody took tires here. Biggert gets... Oh, Crownover first out of pit road. Great stop for Crownover. Biggert comes out second. There's Burke. We saw him pull off the box. Hammond, Stryker, Caleb, Culver, Roberge. Richin still on pit road getting his car worked on. Calta Jr. as well. And Ryan went. There's Church coming down pit road now to take his service. And I kind of want to see what Crownover did because he jumped the 01. Unless he just had that good of a stop. Oh, I keep hitting the stop button. Yeah, he got tires. I guess he just had that good of a stop. And that's what I mentioned earlier is you can lose it on pit road. Crownover got dead straight. Looks, from what I can tell in the box. Is it me or does it look like they're just changing the right rear only? Look a little silly. Man, his pit crew's on it. Maybe took a little bit less fuel. Short side pit box. Awesome. Good stuff. Mark's still on pit road as well as Ryan. I imagine they'd start to pull off here. Doesn't look like Ryan's not going to. Mark's just leaving. You see at the top of the screen, just pulled off pit road. Yeah, that's shortest. Okay, it's kind of like the money box. That's interesting. I didn't know that. We learn something every day. Saves the 10th. 10th is a spot from what we just saw. It's definitely matters. Let me see if we can get someone down here. Since we're 2 to green still. No, we just want 1 to green. I thought we were 2 to green. We might catch up if we have another yellow. I don't want to. Richmond's or Iowa, it's the same track. Iowa's so small. I don't want to mix anybody up quite yet. Thought we were still 2 to green. Mark came back down on pit road. Still working on the car, it looks like. Guess he has more damage than we can see. Maybe just topping off the fuel. But I'd imagine everybody's going to have to pit at least once there with they're going to have a little less than 100 laps to go. This is where focus matters. We've ran some pretty good length green flag in the stages, but the longest run here coming up with potential green flag pit stops. You don't want to mess up that transition on the apron. Crownover gets the jump there on the field. I'd imagine so, and I think that might be what Mark's going for. I got a feeling he just came and topped off. Everybody flying down out of the corner. Figured right up against the 28. We got a caution on the racetrack. See, looks like it's Church. Slow on the backstretch. See, I think he's already broken. Oh, let's see. Oh, he got into... No, well, maybe he broke real hard. Broke early. I don't think Mark anticipated his breaking point, but I mean they're in the corner already. Maybe Mark gassed it earlier than Church. That's not really quite in it. That's interesting. Well, let me back it up a little bit more. They're on corner exit. I think Mark accelerated earlier than Church on that one. He's not on it there. Church back on the lead lap, I believe. Yeah, he let off there at the end. Church didn't get back on it on that exit. He was slowing down, if anything. Just having a rough go at it here at Iowa. The number 5 is, it looks like. Well, let me see if we can... I didn't expect him to yell, honestly. Someone's definitely going to play the fuel-saving game for sure after this yellow. Bet on the 5. Yeah. Let's go. It's not over. You never know. Might figure something out. Hey, Nate Joseph in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Joe. What's up?
Hey, buddy, what a great race so far here. Riding into the night, it's getting really slick out there, looks like, but the tires doesn't look too bad. You're a habitual user of the bottom lane, doing a great job with those tires. How's it feel so far?
Yeah, it's definitely a factor. You got to save the tires or you're just going to get dominated on the end of the run. And, yeah, I noticed not many people are using the bottom, but, I don't know, it's just where I'm comfortable. It's what I like, so I tried the top and upper lane in the first stage, but I had to go back to the bottom. It's just where I like it. So, and it seems to save the tire a little better, but definitely having some great battles out here. Good race going.
We definitely saw the outcome of that from the last stage win there. Great battle with Crown over there, and just a masterful discipline of patience coming from us here. A lot of supporters, Jason, and a couple of us there in the chat there. So we'll see how you do here coming to the end of the race. I think I lost Nate there, but we'll throw him back in. Giving us a little chat just real quick there. These pace stops are super short. Biggert here in second. John Hammond also doing a great job in third. As he's still a few laps down. I thought he was back on the lead lap after that wave around. Robert, I know Robert is definitely doing the fuel saving thing. That's kind of his MO. Retchin right behind him also. These guys are going to go for a splash and dash here on lap 118. We'll see if they can have enough to save and pull off a win. See him going around the bend. Robert's already pulling off just a little splash. Oh, Mark's getting some tires. Might have something in his pocket. I mean, everybody else has fresh tires. I guess he didn't take tires last time. I'm not too sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. He's gonna close up to the back of the field as they're in 3 and 4. He'll have time to catch up. Crown over on the outside of Biggert. Green flag's out. Good jump for the 28. We'll find out together, that's for sure. But Robert has made it work before. Good run on the 01, utilizing the middle of the track. Gets to the side of the 28. Stryker's got a front row seat of the fight here. Little slide there, might catch the wall. Just keeps it off it. You can almost feel that. Very, very tight there on the exit. Top three are pulling away pretty good here, side by side for fourth. Oh, Caleb, little bobble there. Good save there. Burke, evasive maneuvers for the 73. Very shallow entry in the corner. He's going to have to woe it down. Slides up a little bit. Good job by Burke recognizing where he's at on the racetrack. Those shallow entries are very dangerous. You don't have that perfect arc or that good arc we see now where you can carry the speed, apex the corner, basically trying to make the corner as straight as you possibly can. You hit the center of the corner with the car so you can rotate, accelerate out. I thought I saw someone spun. It might have been the pylon. Jerry here doing a great job. Haven't winning with Jerry in a bit. There's Jerry there on trying to take a peek on the outside of 3. Looks like he's going to get little bobble there. Hangs onto it. Looks like he's going to get Caleb Modzelewski. He does there. Side by side back there's Coulter Jr. and Robert. Mark Richin has a front row look at it. Looks like Robert's going to have the spot here. Running in the middle. Mark underneath the 3. There's a sight. The 3 and the 24. They might split. Robert's coming into turn 1 here. Robert gets a good arc into entry. Church coming off pit road. Good battle. I mean, this is a sight. Look at this. Jeff Gordon, my childhood driver. Wasn't really a Chevy fan, but I was a Gordon fan. Jerry got loose there in front of Caleb. Hangs onto it. Opened up the door for the 53 on the outside. Robert's just closing in on both those guys as Burke here has got a run on Hammond. Just caught it towards the bottom of the screen. Diving inside, Church back to pit road. Having some problems here tonight. Top 5 are pulling away as Crownover is leading the field. Biggert biding his time. These laps are going to tick off. Oh, little bobble there. Good catch by the 73. Has to chase it up the track. Doesn't chase it up into John's going to have to regroup here. See him just very softly on the gas through the corner and accelerates. Late exit down the backstretch. See him work the wheel there. Trying to keep the car straight, get some power down. Burke running the Kia. I don't even know what kind of Kia this is. I just know it's a Kia. Gets a little bit later break there on the outside, but stuck in the wall now. A little bit too much. There on corner entry. Slides up into the outside wall. Gives John a good amount of breathing room. Culver gets back around Caleb. Mark on the move here. Trying to get back around Caleb as well. There goes the 24 machine on the outside of the 53 Chevrolet. Little bobble for Caleb. You see him, the driver in the car, work the wheel. Back and forth, just ever so minute corrections to keep that car straight. Mark doing a great job there. Just going to slingshot around the outside. Now has his sights for Jerry Culver in the 13 machine just ahead of him. This is 24 Monte Carlo. Mark real tight on Jerry there. A little slide up, gives Jerry some room. Can't get that exit speed there. Has to let off or turn the wheel more. Scrub some speed off. It's a tough one. I think Mark doesn't quite got him. He was trying to slide him off there off the corner, but Jerry gets a great exit. Still side by side with Mark. This is a great view from Caleb Modzelewski's front bumper. Mark really sends it into the corner. He's going to have it this time. I'm willing to bet there. Really clears Culver. See if Caleb can get by Jerry as Robert has caught up to them guys, and Coulter Jr. falling back a good amount here. Damage might be playing a factor to this one. Might be some mechanical damage, something underlaying more than what we can see. As Crownover still leading the field, but 01 and 88 have caught up. Stryker doing a great job throughout the race, just having some trouble on the real late runs. We've seen him break loose a couple times now off of turn number 4. We'll see if he's learned anything or can address his driving style to compensate for that. He's running third right now. Nathan Biggert habitual user of that bottom line. Take a look at the dashboard here. They're maybe 140, 145, maybe down the front or back. Well past that 160. Looks like Striker hit. Tomorrow, of course, the dirt race. I guess it's at Cedar Lake. Church is mentioning. Church coming off a win last week at the Signature Esports channel ChopShop Dirt Series in the sprint car. Running dirt late models this or next week, I guess, but on Monday, tomorrow. Because they've got a side by side battle here. Bigger pressuring Crown over pretty early on here. We'll see who's got some fuel to save, who's saving, who's going to pit, who's going to take tires, who's not, who's going to take right sides only. All sorts of different strategies can happen here with a good amount of racing. Top three have completely pulled away from John Hammond back here. Under fire by Jeremiah Burke. Burke, oh, loose. Very loose there on exit. I don't even know if that was loose. That was such a smooth catch. It didn't even look like the car straightened it out. It just, that was something else. That was like someone falling and not really falling. Lincoln, that's what it was. A dirt win at Lincoln. No change up front. Burke falling back to Hammond again. He kind of gets to John Hammond, just maybe gets a little excited, or the air gets to him. Can't really get to him. Striker watching the battle unfold with Biggert and Crownover. It may look like Biggert's trying to go under there, but he's just running his line. See if something will manifest, but Striker's being very patient back here, just riding it out, biding his time, letting the laps tick down. Just hanging on to the top two there, waiting for his moment to strike. And these guys start to get real racy. Top three pulling away. Hammond and Burke. Looks like Burke finally got around Hammond. We missed it. We'll take a look at it. I think John had a moment. He's way low on the racetrack. Looks like he was loose there in the middle. It's not John. Now you see him there. Tail end a little slideways there. Very slow exit for him. Lets Burke go around. Tires are starting to catch up. There's Mark. Got around Jerry Culver. Caleb still in tow of the 13. And Robert's not too far off from these two. Still a couple spots he can get. We've seen Robert slowly start to make his way up towards the late of the run a fair amount of times. Culture Jr. here towards the tail end of the pack. A good pace away off the pace. Struggling in Iowa after that hit there. I got to say there's something underlying. Struggling with that car mechanically maybe. So we still got the same deal up front. Striker looks like he's losing them just a touch every lap. '88 following the 01 and the 28 just ahead of the 01 to just outside of screen. There he is. There's Jeremiah Burke just to the background as Biggert falls in line. Still utilizing the bottom of the racing surface. See how bumpy this track is on the bottom as well. It's not as prominent as the top of the racetrack, but there's still a fair amount of bumps towards the bottom. Especially in the center of these corners. Striker's starting to close in just a bit. Maybe starting to push to keep up with the top two. See how much. He's trying to use his equipment, trying to save his equipment also, but Bigger, the little bobble there on the bottom. Falling back to Striker in the 88. We're riding with him. Oh, big correction. Oh, the 28 in the wall. Made a mistake. And that wall we've seen all night, that wall is like glue. Maybe a little mirror driving for crown over. Got a little tight, stuck to the wall. You don't want to pull it off. With guys behind you, you'll shoot down into them. We'll see if the 28 can rally back there, but these guys have really, really gapped crown over there after getting stuck to the wall. Just a slight mistake. And that's what we talk about green flag racing, those mental mistakes, slight braking points, maybe a little too late, a little too early on the gas. Tires are getting worn. It's green flag racing. We're turning laps over and over, and you kind of get in your head. A lot of things can happen there when we're having a long run like this. Mental focus, so important, so very important. Another thing that drivers need to train themselves and practice is long green flag runs. Mental focus is the key. You might have all the skill in the world, but if you can't stay focused, it won't really matter. You'll make mistakes, and mistakes, they're going to compound. As Crownover is the first one to pit. We'll see if anyone follows suit, comes down pit road with him. Oh, hit a hockey. Sorry about that. It's coming down pit road here. He will go, I want to say, at least 2 laps down if he changes tires. Keep an eye on that and put up the pit lane there. Crownover, CRO to the right there. Total time on pit road. He's still not in his box. He's to the front. Bunch of other guys coming out pit road. He did bring a slew of cars. Hammond leading another pack. Retchin, Mazaleski, Culver behind them. Crownover now exiting pit road to the other side. Striker coming down now. Looks like everybody's not going to, as far as I can tell, not going to try the fuel saving. I still think Chris Roberge is, though. That's kind of his MO from what I've seen racing with him and seeing him race on broadcast as well as covering him. He likes to stay out very late, and he does get lucky. It's happened more than once. We see Striker coming down. Pit lane, everybody pulling off. Biggert stayed out, still staying out. Jeremiah Burke in second. We saw him fly by. Doesn't look like any tires for the 88. Oh, he did take tires. My mistake. There he goes. Jerry Culver going around. These guys taking tires. That was pretty much the whole field except the top 4. Biggert, Burke, Roberge, Coulter Jr. back here on the other side of the racetrack. Looks like Coulter's going to head down into pit lane. This time by riding the apron. As the leader coming across to tick off 157. We'll see how long Biggert will wait till he pits. If he needs to pit, he might be able to make it on fuel if he saved enough. But if you do need to pit, you don't want to wait that long. You'll run out of time before you have that chance to make all that ground up. So there's kind of a sweet spot when everybody else came in. We'll see where Biggert's time is when he decides to come down pit road. He's got the field a lap down, minus second and third. Or a couple laps. Yeah, just a lap down there. Someone was slow on the track here. Striker very slow on the front stretch. Had a moment, it looks like, off of 4 again on Colt. Wow, that's a slide right there. We'll ride on board with him. Cold tires. Man, it's going to lose a bunch of spots off that one. He'll need a yellow. And tires are not up to temp. They're not going to get up to temp that quickly as they would in the sun, and it just suddenly kicks around on him. Cold track. He's going to try and work his way back up there and regroup. The big important thing is not to compound mistakes. Don't make your mistake worse. It's happened. You got to keep your head down, regroup, and keep going forward. Don't really linger on it because you'll make that mistake worse, and it just snowballs and gets out of control. Tracker's very good at moving on. It's Crown over here riding in fourth with Roberge in third behind. He's behind him, but he's a lap ahead, just slightly a lap ahead. These guys should catch Nathan Biggert here in first. So the laps are really winding down now. Appreciate everybody again for tuning in to ChopShop TV here tonight for the Gen 4 Cup Series. It's a long green flag run. Seen a couple mistakes, a couple incidents there, but these guys are really doing a good job at keeping it green, and this is the best part of racing, to see who can keep the mental awareness, mental skill, mental strength, whatever you want to call it, to keep the car pointed forward, recognizing the changes, managing the tire wear. Biggert is doing a great job at that right now. Staying out still, not too quite sure if he needs to pit or not. But, I mean, he's got a massive gap over Jeremiah Burke right now, 3.8 seconds, almost 4 seconds, and he's pulling on him. I don't see Burke closing on the 0-1. We'll see when Biggert pits if he has to. Jeremiah Burke running in second so far here, also staying out after a slew of pit stops. Had a couple of moments, got into it pretty early on in the race. Good rebound back for the Kia machine. Chris Roberge also running towards the back for most of this race, trying to pull a Kevin Harvick and finish up front here. Roberge so good at making his way up the field, utilizing speed and strategy. Crown over one of the first car, or the first car really, to come down pit road a few laps ago. And he brought a slew of cars in the form of Reshkin. Roberge just ahead of Mark there. Mark a lap down to Roberge. John Hammond leading that pack. That looks like he lost a spot to Mark. Stracker following suit there, coming down a lap, or a lap after, after Crown over. Really struggling off of turn 4. It's bit him 3 times now. The first one was really pretty bad. He went across the grass into that access road next to the pit wall. Looks like Burke is finally called. Oh, Burke slides the exit of 4. I guess he was trying to pit. He's having a hard time there. He's going to have to go down. We'll take a look at it, but that's going to really end his hopes for a good finish, I believe. He's going to lose a ton of ground. We'll back it up here and see what happened to the 73 machine. Yeah, you hear him slowing down hard. He's trying to get into pit road. Oh, that's where he made his mistake. He started gassing it. Overshot the pit exit. Has to go around. Now coming down pit road, having to take a service. Jeremiah Burke, a big mistake on pit entry there. That pit road is pretty tight. Had to turn right to dodge the pit wall. We saw Striker last week obliterate that wall. That just leaves Nathan Biggert and Chris Roberge out. We'll see when they come down pit road. Biggert working lap 170 now. 31 laps to go here at Iowa. Biggert just called out on the driver's radio. He believes he can make it. We'll see if he can. When I said earlier he's great at saving fuel and tires, I mean, I meant it. It's almost Scott Dixon-esque. If you know Scott Dixon, a great IndyCar driver who's the master at saving fuel. Scott Dixon is, magic when you need to save fuel. He's your guy. And I see that in Nathan Biggert. He's so good at saving fuel. I don't know what he does. I don't understand it. The thing is he can be fast and still save fuel. It's almost like watching magic happen, but we're seeing it right before our eyes. He believes he can make it on fuel. We'll see if he can as he ticks off these laps here. Roberge a good ways away, almost a corner, a little over a corner down here. Looks like he's really struggling on those old tires. Nathan Bigger, just a habitual user of that bottom lane. Looks like Nathan's coming down pit road this time. Oh, Skid is really sketchy on the exit, tight there on the pit wall. He makes it down. That banking is very flat. It's 12 degrees there at the bottom on the racetrack. It almost bit him there. Good catch by the 01. Way to stay calm, keep it steady. Coming down pit road, we'll see where he will cycle out. This whole time, everybody who pitted a few laps ago have been gaining ground. He might be a few spots behind from first place. We'll see where he cycles out, as he's going to take tires and fuel to make it to the end. Roberge will be first. Crownover just leaped Nathan Biggert. He's going to be theoretically first here. Roberge believes has to pit still. Richard just leapt over Nathan Biggert, so that's that time gain. That's what I talked about. When you want to pit, this is still okay for Nate. He has a lot of time. He's got the freshest tires on the racetrack now to catch the 2 guys in front of him, 3, 4 guys in front of him, all the spots ahead of him. Roberge now coming down pit road. And I believe Nate waited a good amount of time. Didn't wait too long where you won't have enough laps to make it, but enough laps where those guys wear those tires out and you'll absolutely chase them down with the fresh rubber you got. Nathan Biggert doing some great strategy tonight. 01 Air Force machine. It's going to be on a tear here as Roberge is taking his service. Getting left sides now. They're going to drop the car and he's going to be on his way. See how long Crownover can hang on to the lead. He's going into turn 1 and 2. Nathan Biggert now just entering turn 1. He's a good ways behind Crownover. About 5 seconds, but he's going to chew into that lead pretty quickly. So we'll look at the lap time here. I don't think I can quite get to Crownover just yet. Nate would need to pass Mark Richkin just ahead of him, and he's going to, I believe. See the time difference there. Mark getting 8 tenths. Bigger getting 8 tenths on the 24 machine of Richkin. Looks like Mark caught the wall pretty good there. That right front fender pushed in. Oh, clears the 24. You see he's a second quicker than Crownover a lap ago. 23 laps to go for the 28 machine. Nathan Biggert is closing the distance pretty fast. I got to say he's going to catch him. See if he's alter his lines at all. Still running the bottom. He did say, talk to us under that last yellow, that the bottom was his preferred place to be in any case. But, man, these laps are ticking very quick for Crownover. See that time gain by Nathan Biggert. 8 tenths, almost 8.5 tenths there. He's catching them very fast. And Nate's got plenty of time. I believe he's going to do it. See the time difference this time as Crownover crosses. Nate just crossed a bit ago. Another 8 tenths. Biggert really pushing hard there. And Burke going in from 3rd place has fallen back all the way to 7th place there after that mistake. So I'm writing down here, trying to get these last 19 laps in as Nate's pretty much there. Looks like he's pretty much caught Crownover just ahead of him. He sees him. Once he catches the 28, going to pass him pretty easily. He's got the freshest tires on the racetrack. Just a great call on pit strategy. Crownover still utilizing the high line. We'll see how tough he makes it for the 01 Air Force machine. Crownover really trying to get that win in, but man, look at how quick Biggert has caught Crownover. There goes Nate underneath Crownover. He should complete his pass. He does. Oh, Crownover's fighting back a little bit. Looks like he checks up just a slight bit. He's going to try and fight back, but doesn't have nothing now. He's stuck. Oh, bounces off the wall. I thought he was going to get stuck. Bounces off the wall. Nate completely clears the 28 on the freshest tires. He's going to set sail off into the distance. Barring a yellow, it looks like this might be a bigger kind of day. As Crownover falls to second. Mark Rechkin with the great race so far. He's had some terrible luck these past few months. I mean, it's just atrocious. His luck has been. Doing a great job riding in third here. This would be it would feel like a win to Mark, I believe. It definitely would for me after the races Mark has had. I mean, he's been wrecked almost every single race we ran. In that 24 machine, it looks great. A little bit of fender damage there, but no harm done here in Iowa. Striker trying to get another spot on Mark Rechkin for third. Little slide there for both of them. Loose on the 24. Nate has completely checked out off the Crownover. Crownover running second, comfortably in second place. Good battle here for third. And John Hammond has caught up to these guys. 13 laps to go, 12 laps to go here as Nate's crossing the start-finish line. Followed by Crownover just now. John Hammond putting the pressure on these two. Strikers really pushing hard to get around Rechkin. We might have a yellow here. This is going to be a three-way battle for third place. Striker trying to fight real hard for that third place position for points, for playoff points to continue off into the next round. Striker sends it inside of the 24. Mark's going to fight back on the outside. We'll see if John pounces on these guys. Looks like Striker might have it, but he's going to check a little bit. 24 getting the momentum on the outside. Hammond following the 88. Trying to pick a lane. Where to go. 10 laps to go for Nate Biggert. Oh, real tight on the 29. Almost gets the 24. Looks like Striker might have Mark here. A little bobble there. Keeps Mark's third place hopes alive. Good fight here between 24 and 88. Striker just can't quite clear him. 24 of Rechkin is just hanging off the right rear quarter panel of the 88. Looks like he's going to get him here going into 3. Mark running way up the track there. Way too high, I think. Very, very big slide. 88 clears him. Here comes Hammond. Mark pulls over there. Less than 29 by. We'll see if Hammond has something for Striker. Coming to 8 laps to go for these guys. This is a good battle back here with Burke and Mazelewski. Mazelewski trailing Burke. This Biggert is coming off turn number 4 to tick off another lap. 7 to go for the 01 comfortably in first right now. Crownover in second. Now just crossing the start-finish line, or going into 1, excuse me. There's Striker and Hammond. See if Hammond can get to the 88. He's going to sure try. Hammond running the middle of the line. Striker on the outside, and we've seen Striker be bit by that high line off the corner exit before. It looks like he got a little slip up there off of 2. Seems like John's a little bit stronger there in the middle of the racetrack. Yes, Burke has caught Riskin back there side by side for them. Hammond's inching closer to Stryker. 6 laps to go. These guys giving it all they got. Hammond's just rotating a lot better there in the middle of the racetrack. He's going to get underneath the 88 here. It looks like Burke gets around the 24 machine. Stryker's way up the racetrack, up in those marbles. Hammond doing a great job now. Checks up a lot earlier than Stryker does. Gets the car to rotate in. Nate coming across the start-finish line now. 4 to go for the 01 Air Force machine. Good battle here for third. Hammond's trying to take it away from the 88 as Burke is now caught up to these two. Fighting it out. He sees third place just ahead of him. Everybody running the top side. Hammond running the middle, about middle up, then down to the middle. See how quickly Burke can make work of Hammond. How patient they're going to be. 3 laps to go for the race. Burke trying very hard to get to Hammond. He has. Hammond moves up the track. Stryker's so close to that wall. He's got to be careful not to get stuck on it. Burke might have a run down the backstretch here. 2 laps to go for Nathan Biggert, who's absolutely on a tear. No challenge whatsoever. Sunday driving for the 01 down the backstretch now. Hammond's got a fight on his hands with Nathan Burke now. We'll see if these guys... Oh, Burke really sends it in to Hammond. Gets real tight. I thought he was going to hook him. White flag for Nathan Biggert coming across the start-finish line. Burke really sent it in there, trying to make it stick. It doesn't. Stays off of Hammond. Hammond still trying to fight for third place. His Crownover's comfortably in second. But it looks like it's going to be Nathan Biggert just dominating fashion here. Coming across the start-finish line. Gets the win at Iowa here. There's Crownover here, and we should see a great battle for third place. Doesn't look like Hammond quite get there. Burke's fighting hard. Doesn't quite get Hammond, and absolutely launches Crownover into the air. Wow, that's some airtime right there. Holy, wow. Crownover, that's why you got to take your warm-up lap. Because they were still racing to the line. At least he was past the start-finish line. Wow, man, he went flying. Holy yeah. Burn it down. Nathan Biggert, he's your winner. That's definitely a helicopter. That was some airtime. We're going to throw up a quick commercial break here. We'll be back for race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to your pole or your, what do you call it, your podium finishers. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Iowa Speedway as we're going to talk to your podium finishers here at this, what was a great race, in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed it here, and I appreciate Jason for tuning in and bringing some friends. Hope everybody else enjoyed it as well, as we're going to pull in these guys here if I can find Discord. I've completely lost my voice, I think. Striker here, up first on the chopping block. Striker, you got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Joe?
Hey, I had a great time calling the race there, and it was a great show there. You really held off those guys at the end, but how was the racing for you tonight?
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for those guys there at the end. I wasn't making it easy to let them get around me. Another lap or two, both of them probably would have got around me. So sorry about that there, John and Jeremiah, but it's playoffs. You know, every point is important. As far as racing, man, it was awesome. Iowa always puts on a great show. Everybody was driving pretty good. Every lane was usable tonight. It wasn't early in the race, but as the race progressed, there was rubber all over the track. But still, these cars would overpower any acceleration, trying to come out of the corner. So you definitely had to modulate the gas. All in all, it was a great race. I enjoyed it. I hope it was fun to watch.
It definitely was a blast here. To watch from our point of view. Talk to me about turn 4, because it bit you quite a few times there, a little trouble there on the exit of 4, and sometimes on 2.
That's that acceleration that I'm talking about. So I was trying to save a little bit on the bottom, but there was less rubber down there, so you really had to wait on the car. And it bit me twice. I think it caught me both times. It caught me early in the race where I fell back. I managed to come back. I took 2 tires on a pit to try to cycle my way back to the front, and then I realized 2 tires were really good, and then it caught me on the last pit. So I went out, I pitted, and then I was trying to undercut the leader, Nate, and then I ended up spinning out. But all in all, it didn't work out. The track was tough, regardless of what I was trying to do. I seemed to like the higher side better than the lower, but it was burning up the tires a lot more.
It seems like we don't get a lot of night racing in general in any league. We have like those 1 or 2 races a night. Majority are daytime. Tell us about night racing in general. It's very different. The track's a lot cooler. It kind of wreaks havoc with our tires. But what do you do to prepare for racing at night? Is it vastly different than daytime racing?
The car does perform differently at night versus day. Majority of our races are at noon, so it's a hot surface. All of these guys are used to a slick track. We put it at night occasionally. I think this was more of a transition, but it went into night to try to give us some more grip. But if we set the track too cold, it's just like running at noon. It's just slipping and sliding all over the place until the rubber's put down. But generally at night, you're going to be faster. The car's going to be running. It's going to be running quicker. And you should be able to save a little bit better tire just due to the temperature. But, you got to make sure that you back it up and find the right groove and just get to the end. But overall, it was fun. Great night race. It's always fun racing Saturday nights.
Well, you're doing a good job keeping your playoff hopes alive with the 3rd place finish as we head over to continue the second round here with the second race. Next up is Miami Speedway. A notorious track for me. I'm not good at that track, but this next-gen car, I haven't seen at least at Miami. What are your thoughts for next week?
Miami's fun. It's going to actually run probably similar to here with the progressive banking. You could run the bottom, you can run the top. It's going to be slick. I don't know what the weather is, but it's probably going to be a transition as well, afternoon to night. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited about it. Hopefully the points stack up to where maybe I can sneak into the Final 4 here. We'll see how it works out. Just looking for a good finish. Just a good, solid finish, and maybe dethrone some of these top guys that are just whooping on us week in and week out.
Trying to sneak in there. I need to talk to you about those race notes also. You had me 5 laps off the second stage.
Well, yeah. We actually messed up on the tires as well. We all had unlimited tires tonight. But it just shows the classic caliber of guys that we have, because everybody was using the honor system. We should have had 5 total sets, and everybody just took their allotted sets. In fact, some of them, like Roberge, had an extra set at the end, had a caution come out. So It was pretty awesome. These guys are a great bunch of guys. And even when we make a mistake, whether it be the lap count or in this case the tires, everybody still follows the honor system. So kudos to everybody.
Great bunch of guys for sure. And congratulations to your third place finish here at Iowa. No easy feat. Give us some shout outs here.
Everybody that's watching, we appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Support ChopShop TV on YouTube. Definitely subscribe, like to all of our sponsors. We appreciate every single one of you. Thanks very much, and friends and family that are out there, we love you. Then we'll see you at Miami.
Appreciate it. The number 88 getting a great finish. We'll see you next week. You're doing a phenomenal job coming back after those spins off forward. It happened 3 times, and it caught him pretty good. But doing a great job saving the car. We'll talk to Anthony Crownover up next year. Crownover, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
What a great run here at Iowa. Some night racing here tonight. You, one of the habitual, just to the top all the time there. It looked like you were very comfortable, but a little bit too much on the tire wear from my point of view. Is that how it felt for you?
Yeah, and I had no idea what I was doing. Never ran this track with this car before, and not really any laps on this track, period. But I got here late, loaded in right when as they were qualifying, so um, it was interesting. Kind of got the hang of it a little bit, I guess, but not really that great at it. Was just doing where I thought the car was best, keeping a look at my lap times, trying to just stay in that line to have the fastest speed, but definitely need to work on tire wear here.
What a fantastic run there for basically having your first laps here with this combination of car and track. Tell us about that bump going into 1 there. It's pretty prominent there. Is it jarring or anything to worry about on your point of view, or how was that to the car?
Well, the first lap when I hit it, it was very interesting. But after I knew it was going to be there, it wasn't that bad. I just tried to time it. I used it as a timing mechanism, I guess, for the rest of the race.
Timing as like your breaking point, or
Yeah, just breaking point or where I wanted to be. I wanted my right rear to hit that bump, and if it didn't, I knew I wasn't in the line that I wanted to. So just trying to be consistent. Wasn't very consistent tonight. Definitely never would have won on any day. Nate would have won this one, but I gave it my best shot.
absolutely, and that's all we can really do is put the car where it likes to be and kind of work with it there, and nothing to hang your head about. Doing a fantastic job, finishing in second, overcoming some adversity, especially getting into the wall, which is pretty much glue. Doing a great job rallying back. Anything in your mind that could have maybe tried strategy-wise to try and get one over, Nate?
I should have pitted. I pitted about 10 laps, 8 to 10 laps too soon, and definitely shouldn't have got glued to the wall. That kind of killed me right there. And I didn't want to take him or Michael out, so I kind of left it up in the wall, let them two go past, and then I pulled it down. So lost a bunch of time right there. And then I kind of was in panic mode. Well, now I need to switch it up and make up some time that I just lost. So I said, well, let me pit early. And it was just too early. And he took 2 tires and came out only like 6 seconds behind. So I knew it was over with.
Just kind of said and done there, where you could see the closing distance just, insane there with the tire difference. But still a great job there running in second, putting up a good valiant effort there, and pretty much all night there running up towards the front. Next week, running at Miami at Homestead in the Gen 4 cars, combination I've not seen either at all. So it'll be my first taste at it. What is your thoughts for next week?
It'll be my first look at it too. So together we'll be the newbies there, and we'll give it our best shot.
Awesome. We'll look forward to you guys duking it out next week at Miami. We'll see you there.
All right, thank you.
Oh, before I go, my fault. Give us some shout-outs there for the second place.
Yeah, just shout out to the league for putting on a good league. It's one of the good ones. And to you, man, you do a great job with all the broadcasts, and I appreciate it. I look forward to watching them back. And just thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate it. The kind words the league does as well. We'll see you there next week at Miami.
All right, thank you.
Crown over there giving us some thoughts to Iowa. New to Iowa, this combination. I've not ran this car here. I've ran here, but not this car. And this track's pretty tricky. And I'd imagine with some 700 horsepower under your car, it's even more tricky. So props to him for I mean, they're willing it. I mean, everybody really, but they're willing it around this racetrack. We'll pick up Nathan Biggert here, our winner for the night at Iowa. Nate, you got me?
I got you, Joe. Can you hear me?
I got you, Nate. So you pretty much dominated Iowa, and that just goes to show winners run forward, right?
That's right, man. Ford power. You ain't gonna win out here without a, what is it? Doug Yates engine.
Doug,
Is that
yeah,
Ford
there you
one?
go. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
That's right. You ain't gonna win at Iowa without a Yates engine.
So we were talking. Jason joined the chat, and he brought some friends, and we were chatting it up during the race there about your just the insane progress you've had. Roughly a year or so, your time on iRacing has been phenomenal. How do you attribute that skill level? Is it just natural, or like where is this coming from?
Yeah, definitely. I was just saying to Anthony that I hit my year now in November here, so I'm finally not a rookie anymore. But yeah, it's been a hell of a start to my sim racing career for sure. I would say it's a little bit of both of definitely have some natural talent with driving. I've been driving since I was 12 years old, like so I just grew up doing it. I raced for excuse me, a little while in real life, just like the 4-cylinder class at a local short track, but I always did well in it. And then it's more of just putting a lot of time in the last year being on iRacing, I've spent many hours on this sim, learning all the little tricks and just trying to run with fast guys and learn from them, watching, learning from VRS videos every week, and just trying to put that in the memory of all the little tricks to each track, how to run them different lines. And so yeah, it's a little bit of natural ability mixed with a lot of preparation and hard work to get better.
And that proves to us we might have some talent and all that, but we still got to put the effort there. It's not like it's just falling in your lap. You're putting, I mean, a lot of effort. It sounds like you're researching, picking up tricks. I'm sure getting help from some of the guys, and it's kind of culminating now, right? The results are showing.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first started, it weren't like I jumped in a car and just came out and started winning. And I mean, yeah, in the officials with a lower I rating, I was able to come out and win in like some street stocks. But when I came to ChopShop, we had guys in here that I had to learn from in order to get better and even keep up with them. Never mind beat them. It's taken a lot, and I've learned a lot from different people. Last year, running against like Nathan O'Lule was a great teacher to just follow around and learn things from him in the next gen. And then in cars like this, obviously we had Andrew Payne, and now with Andrew Phipps, in this league, in this car, learning from him, it just helps, get in their car, sit, listen, and focus, and try to pick up on what they're doing different. And every car is different, every track's different. And it takes a lot of hard work for sure in order to do better and to better yourself. No one's just gonna Kyle Larson it, drop in a car and come win. We're just not that type of people. So we got to put the effort in.
Love it there, especially mentioning Phipps or Payne or a Lowell, who I hope can come back soon at some point, because he was definitely one of those guys. But always that one guy who's a little bit quicker or knows something that we can learn off of. So it's fantastic to have Chop Shop League have those guys. But on to Iowa here, just a dominating performance here as we spoke to you off of one of those yellows. Habitual user of the bottom lane, just sheer bottom feeder tonight there. Which cars are just more comfortable down there, you said?
Yeah, for me it is. It might not be the fastest line all the way around. You know, I was getting beat here and there from the outside lane, especially when you're trying to pass, you know, because you're trying to hold down and give space to the guy on the outside of you just in case he gets a little sideways and needs a little extra room. So I was definitely trying to give probably a little too much space, but you know, it's just better safe than sorry and have an incident. And try to keep the car clean is the biggest thing. So, but I'm just more comfortable wrapping the bottom. I honestly don't know why. I do it at a lot of tracks. You know, even like Homestead, when we go race there, I'll be trying to run the bottom a lot compared to the top. And when everyone else wants to run the top, I honestly, like I said, I don't know why. It's just the type of person I am is just a Kevin Harvick guy, I guess. Just love riding that bottom. But it saved the tires a lot better. I was, you know, discussing tire wear with guys after each run, and I was significantly better than everybody just wrapping that bottom. So I stuck with it all night.
And it shows the car control you have. We rode with you for a bit here and there, and just going in the corner. It's so smooth. Little wheel play, very little wheel play. You don't hear the tire screech as much, and as you mentioned, that translates to saving rubber. You're not sliding the tire, overheating tires, things like that. And it's magical to watch there. Just seeing you race, doing valiant effort at Iowa here, running stages, getting some stage wins towards the end of the race. The longest run, pretty much green to green there for the last stage there. Mental focus, a big play. We saw Crownover make a mistake, get stuck to the wall. Tell me about mental focus there. Something you picked up along the way at some point, I can tell. But how is that something you learned or had to learn? As some of us, especially myself, struggle with that. Tell me about mental focus. What is that to you?
Yeah, I would say in the beginning, you know, when I first started iRacing, it was actually pretty easy because I was just so excited to be into it that I was, you know, 100% into the sim. Just the focus just never left me. But now that I'm more comfortable in the car and I'm understanding these tracks and cars better to where each lap I can replicate the lap over and over, you know, in the same motion without having different nuances or issues arising, you know. And so it becomes a little bit harder to have that mental focus, but it helps mainly, I guess, when you got other cars around you. That's a big thing, you know, because you don't want to ruin anyone else's race. And other than that, when you're out there by yourself, I would say that's when I would struggle the most. You know, if you got a big distance between you and the next car or the car ahead of you, and you're just clicking off laps, you got to remind yourself to stay focused. And I think there's times where if you're lucky, a mistake will actually like snap you back into it. You know, like you'll be cruising and then something will happen and you'll realize that you're not really focused 100%. And if it gets a little sideways, it snaps you right back into that focus, and hopefully you can save it. But it's definitely, yeah, I would say I would have to work on it because, like I said, the more comfortable I get, the more I struggle with that.
That kind of rings true there. You get I guess a little complacent there. You kind of check yourself a little bit. Nothing wrong with that as we carry on into the race. The green flag pit stops, something we don't see a lot in a lot of leagues there. ChopShop has been pretty on point with those green flag pit stops. A lot of us don't practice that. Is that something that's on your schedule also?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that I've picked up along the way, like I said, from other drivers and from tutorials, you know, just on YouTube or whatever it is, just from people. But we have that 1 hour practice, you know, most of us get in and do some laps, and it's always a good thing to do that at least, you know, 2 or 3 times. Just try to find a good breaking point and maximize the entry. And I think where I could probably pick up some time, like I noticed tonight, is just the entry to the pit box. I think Anthony was beating me out on that like twice tonight. So I think I need to probably be a little more aggressive with that. But I just, you know, it's better safe than sorry, rather than, you know, get that penalty and end up having a hold or a drive through or something. I just, you know, I'd rather lose a second on pit road. But if I can probably get better at that, it would be nice. But it's always in my repertoire in that hour beforehand to do a couple practice runs with pit road, especially like you said in Chop Shop, it's well known. It's a good chance that we're going to go green, and that's going to happen. So it's a testament to all the drivers, and it shows just how great these guys are. And it's awesome to get that opportunity. It happens in real life all the time. So I love to see it in our sim also.
Fantastic, good, or great effort here tonight. Pretty much dominating the race, catching the win, locking yourself into the next round with just a couple races to go. One of the final four ready to go. So a little bit stress off your shoulders as we head into Homestead, Miami. What are your thoughts for next week?
Yeah, honestly, not too worried about next week, I guess, because of being, the win locked in. It's great to get this, mainly because, I would say Homestead is not my greatest track. I'm not a big wall riding guy, like we just talked about. I love the bottom, and usually on the longer run, you're gonna want to be up by the wall. So I'm happy to get this done tonight, but definitely will be here next week. Looking forward to running with everybody. I'm hoping Andrew will be back next week. He was missed here tonight. And basically focus on that championship race now and figuring out a strategy or a plan of attack on how to beat these other three guys that make it in.
Perfect. We'll see the action ensue or continue next week there as crunch time comes down on the drivers here. With just two more races to go, Homestead and then Legacy, Texas in 2 weeks' time. But for tonight, you're the winner here at Iowa. Definitely enjoy it. Give us some shout-outs.
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to the league, Chop Shop themselves. Appreciate the series. Love racing with these guys. Give a shout-out to all the other drivers tonight. Man, what a race. Definitely a shout-out to the top three. Anthony Crownover, we had a great battle throughout a lot of this race, like just him on the top, me on the bottom, and for many, many laps. It was just what a great show, what a great fun. So shout out to him, Striker, for getting third place. Great job. Shout out to the broadcast, you, Joe, Chop Shop TV. Appreciate everything you do. Shout out to the fans for watching, everybody. Appreciate every one of you. And I always give a shout out to my mom and tell her I love her.
Love it every time. I enjoy it. Can't forget the mom, sisters, wives, all that good stuff. So that'll be it for tonight. Nate, enjoy the win. Thanks for speaking to us. We will see you next week.
Absolutely. See y'all then.
Nathan Bigger getting the win here at Iowa Speedway. And what a fantastic race. We had great battles on the racetrack all over for all kinds of positions running into the night here. This is a fantastic racetrack. I do enjoy Iowa and Richmond. They're essentially the same racetrack, maybe slightly different. Some bumps aren't in the same place, obviously, but I do enjoy these racetracks. They've been inherently good to me for the most part, sometimes not. But Iowa putting on a good show for the Gen 4. Don't miss. Tomorrow night, it's dirt racing with Signature Esports. Jason's going to put on the action with dirt late models at Lincoln Speedway. Tomorrow night, Church is going to try and go for back-to-back wins there. He's doing a great job. Wednesdays, we're going to kick up the GT3 multi-class series pretty soon. Trucks, as Jason mentioned earlier, back on the 21st. That's on Tuesdays on Signature Esports. On the 21st of November. So trucks, it's a very popular, the most popular series ChopShop has, averaging 30, 35-ish trucks every race throughout the entire season, all the way to the end. That's a lot of trucks, a lot of drivers racing, duking it out. Racing's been fantastic. Come join the racing. The link should be in the description. If not, I'll post one in chat. I think there should be one in the description, though. But ChopShop Discord there. Putting on a great show there for tonight in the Gen 4 series. Friday nights is Cup here at ChopShop TV. Next week they're at, I'm not even sure where Cup is. This coming Friday. I should write this down. Let's see. Talladega round 1 starts on Friday for the playoff drivers, so that battle's going to get pretty intense. Who's going to get their playoff berth locked in for round 2, or who's going to play spoiler and not let those playoff drivers lock themselves in. It's going to get interesting for Talladega, and then we'll be back at it here on ChopShop TV for Miami at Homestead Speedway for the second race of round 2, right before the final 4 duke it out for a championship. That's all on ChopShop TV and Signature Esports. Don't miss it. We'll catch you next time.